And Lynn's going to bring us an update from Global Challenge. Thanks very much, Lynn.
I think I'd rather join them, actually. Many of you will have read in the recent copy of The Vine a letter direct from Abraham in Uganda. He wrote, "My family has had another malaria attack, the second in as many months, with nearly everyone falling sick. The long drought has continued to destroy crops. Seems I'm also losing my cassava and groundnuts to the drought. Many people are starving again due to food shortages and high costs. Over 50 people reported dead due to starvation, mainly children and old people." As Anne added, huge hikes in the cost of fuel means that prices, particularly food, are getting out of reach. Where normally people would be able to produce their own crops to help feed themselves, successive droughts have meant that they need to buy the staples. And in the last weeks, some areas of Uganda have been hit by heavy floods, which don't solve the drought problems, and they cause further deaths. As I was editing The Vine and adding Abraham's letter to it, I couldn't help but ask, can we do anything to help? It was particularly pertinent that this unusually bleak Global Challenge report should appear in the green issue of The Vine, where I had been at pains to explain that our actions are causing the poorer areas of the world to suffer. We can certainly help long term by reducing our own carbon footprints, campaigning and petitioning our governments, and please do the surveys that I mentioned in The Vine. But how can we help this situation now? I stand here this morning without the answers, but I hope and pray that you might be able to find some, that we as a church family might together be able to find some, and that we, together with our merciful and loving Father, can find some. Everyone there is suffering, and the knock-on effects are vast. If people are having to buy food, they don't have the money for even the very modest school fees at Crossroads School. And if there are no fees being paid, the school can't continue. Teachers' salaries have to be raised for them to be able to cope with the rising costs. But who's paying for that? So please, when you leave here, think and pray about all this. The pastors were already asking for our prayers following COVID. Many people are struggling with the challenges of daily life. Teenage pregnancies increased during the closure of schools. Mental health is a concern, and suicides are on the increase. But now we need to add so many more prayers and ask for wisdom and answers. If you do have any suggestions, or could raise your own donations or give one-off sums, please do speak to one of the GC team. And to finish on a brighter note, Abraham added, "The gospel continues to be well received by many people. I counsel with and pray for many people daily, some of them getting saved. Amen."
You can't really imagine that, can you? Food or school fees, it seems just unimaginable for us. But that's the challenge that's facing so many families at the moment. And this is a good time to come to prayer, and Gail's going to lead